Hi, my name is Donald Klein from MODI003, and I'm going to give you a short demonstration of our product, Open Data. And in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how easy it is to manage alarms across multiple locations, thereby improving root cause analysis and ultimately saving you time and dollars. I'm also going to show you how easy it is to capture comprehensive performance information across a variety of different locations such that you can optimize your data centers for the competing demands of availability, capacity, and efficiency. Okay, so we've now entered the MODI003 Open Data application, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of its different features. First of all, you can see that we've got a variety of different tabs. So we have an Operations tab, which is a single console that allows you to manage alarms across a variety of different locations. We have a Home tab that allows you to quickly pull up diagnostic and dashboards. We have an Administration tab that allows you to set the configuration parameters for the application and manage users and onboard different types of devices. And we have a Reports tab that allows you to generate more BI-style trended reports. So first, if we just take a look at our Operations tab, you can see here that along the tree view, we've got a variety of different locations being represented, from Atlanta to Chicago to Dallas, etc. And if we drill down into a particular location, you can see that we can expand out the different types of equipment that's being tracked. We've got a BCMS, we've got a data center zone with a variety of different cabinets and crack units being tracked, as you can see here. And we've also got some other systems such as a data center fire detection system, a leak detection system, etc. In the console here, you can see that we've got various different alarms that have been captured across these different locations. We've got a variety of different alarms. We've got a cabinet level alarm, we've got a printer alarm, we've got some wireless temperature probe alarms, and we've got some alarms that are coming from some specific PDUs. So here you see we've got a perimeter cooling unit, we've got a Liebert Challenger 3 crack unit, and we're also capturing a variety of analog points and digital points. We can quickly take any one of these points and graph them such that we can quickly determine different types of diagnostic information for both humidity and temperature in a simple-to-use visual interface. Now, typically, people will use the application to manage different types of alarms in this tabular view, but also we provide a more graphic view where we provide graphical navigation screens that allow you to quickly drill down into different locations through what you might call a red, amber, green view of different locations. So you see here we've got a variety of different locations that are being tracked in real time. Each one is in a different state of alarm depending on the alarms that are coming from those locations. You can also see that we've got these locations with being measured for their efficiency. Some of the locations have a PUE of below 2.0, as you can see here. In other locations, we've got a PUE above 2.0. If we then drill down into an individual location, we can quickly navigate to the specific data center or room that we're looking at. You can see here now that for this location, we've got our rows and our aisles being instrumented, as well as some of the equipment that you would find out in the mechanical yard, such as the chiller or the generator. You can also see that we have the UPS rooms in the back being monitored. We can also see that from the devices that we're capturing data from, we can quickly navigate into any one of these devices to get a detailed profile. But on this screen, we can also get some metric or key performance indicator information, such as the overall efficiency of the location, the available redundant capacity, the current cooling tonnage on the chiller, as well as other types of information such as total power consumed and IT power consumed. If we drill into a specific location, you can see that in this zone we have the capacity utilization for the perimeter cooling units being tracked. We have the fire, leak, and smoke detection systems in the back being monitored. And you can see that we have an alarm for this rack here. If we drill into this rack, we can see that we've got actually a high temperature alarm. So we've got temperature being tracked by wireless temperature sensors at a sort of bottom, middle, and top type configuration. And we're also calculating the average temperature for this rack. You can also see that we've got power from the power strips also being instrumented. You can also see that for these PDUs on the ends of the aisles, we're also tracking the total power draw as well as available redundant capacity. Okay, I'm now going to jump quickly to the Home tab. As you can see here, what we've got is a dashboard that's given us some high-level diagnostic information about a variety of different locations. You can see here we have Data Center 1, Data Center 2, Data Center 3 that it's been instrumented. You can also see that we can click on each one of these locations to get detailed information about what's happening at each one of these data centers. And you can also see that this graph along the top gives us a quick and easy way to compare these different locations. So the blue represents the total power being consumed at that location. The red indicates the available redundant power capacity, and the blue represents the available cooling capacity. And you can see that from a comparative perspective, there are different levels of utilization across these different locations. From a dashboard like this, you might want to make some decisions about where you might want to route new IT loads in order to take advantage of available capacity, or you might want to use a graph like this to make some decisions about where you want to invest in order to create more capacity. Other types of dashboards that we can provide include more detailed information about efficiency at a specific location. And as you can see here, we have a PUE, or Power Utilization Effectiveness dashboard that we've created for this location. And you can see here that we've got a pie chart showing different consumers of power in this location. And they range from the IT load, to the lighting, to the perimeter cooling units at the data center itself, to the UPS and the transformer loss, as well as the chiller plant. And you can see by rolling over here that we can get detailed information about the consumers of power for this location. And you can see that we've also calculated an overall efficiency rating for this location. We can jump to other types of dashboards. This dashboard here will give us an overall view of capacity for this location. So you can see that we've got a couple of years of data here. And for the years 2008 to 2010, we have some historic data of overall power consumption at this location. And based on this historic data, we're able to fit a line which shows us its overall trend, growing power consumption over time. And from this line, we can then project forward when we're likely to run out of capacity at this location. And based on this calculation, you can see that we've been able to calculate that there's probably about 150 days of remaining capacity at this location until it needs to invest in either creating more capacity or shifting load to other locations. Other types of dashboards that we provide might be detailed diagnostic information about different types of equipment that you've got at your data center, whether it's UPSs, PDUs, rack level gear, cooling equipment, etc., as well as more summary information such as carbon footprint across a variety of different locations. Okay, I'm now going to jump quickly to the Reports tab. The Reports tab gives us an easy way to generate specific types of reports based on different types of categories. You can see here we've got a variety of reports that come preloaded with the application. Some have to do with capacity, some have to do with configuration, some have to do with efficiency, etc. If we look at some of our capacity reports, you can see we've got some load and balance reports for the cooling units, as well as some phase and balance reports for the electrical distribution systems. If I quickly just generate a cooling load balance report, this report will give us a trended view over how well the cooling loads have been balanced across the different crack units used in this location. And you can see by these different drop-down menu options available here, we can select the different points involved, the time stand involved, as well as how we want to configure the different axes in the report. So if I now quickly just expand out the report, you can see here that we've been able to then generate a trended report showing load and balance across a group of cracks over time. Now, you can again set the parameters for this report to be any time period that you choose. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly jump back to our Administration tab. And from this Administration tab, we can manage a couple key aspects of the application. First of all, we can manage the devices that are being monitored by the application. We can manage the users who have access to the application, and we can set some of the configuration parameters for the application itself, such as who to send alerts to, how often you want to poll devices for data, etc. So if we start, first of all, with devices, You can see we've got a variety of different groups here, and from this interface here we can create new groups. Groups can be defined as either locations, as customers, categories of equipment, etc., however you choose to set up the application. And then we can also quickly add devices to any one of these groups via our wizard interface, which allows us to select from a library of XML templates that come preloaded with the application that allow us to quickly onboard new devices. So if I choose that I want to search for a Liebert crack unit, I can pull up all of my Liebert profiles for all the different types of Liebert equipment that's available in our system, whether it's collecting data through SNMP, Modbus, etc. I can then quickly select one of these profiles, associate it with a collector, point that collector at the device, and it will automatically start to bring in the data from that device into the application. One of the key aspects of this is that users themselves of the application can quickly onboard new equipment into the system using this simple wizard interface. I think this is unlike many applications out there which usually require some sort of services team to come out and load new equipment into the system. Our system has been designed in order to allow the user themselves to quickly select different types of device profiles, onboard them into the system by associating them with the collector, and then pointing the collector at the device. I should also mention that the application has been designed to allow the administrators to set up different types of groups. So you can see here we have two main groups. We have the admin group, which includes these people here, as well as a standard user group that's represented here. Different people can have different rights associated with them, and different people can be associated with different groups such that they would only have access to the data for that particular group. So you might want to choose to have users that are associated by location. So people in one location would only be able to get access to data for the equipment in that particular location. There are also various different types of application parameters that can be set in terms of the alarming escalation, the notification, whether by SMS or by email, etc., and all of that's handled to this screen here. Okay, so that concludes our short demonstration of the MODI003 Open Data application. Hopefully I've shown you how easy it is to manage alarms across multiple locations from a single console, whether they're data centers, call centers, server rooms, or even IDF closets. Also, hopefully I've shown you how easy it is to capture detailed performance diagnostics from all the different types of equipment you're likely to find at these locations, whether power equipment, cooling equipment, or even equipment out in the mechanical yard. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us here at MODI003.